Welcome to the Boxing Gossip channel. Thanks very much for tuning in. As always, please hit subscribe as you are new. Eagle-eyed observers will notice that I am filming from a new location today. This is actually Mrs. Gossip's bedroom, and you can see that we both share the same outlandish taste in wallpaper. So I hope for those of you who are going to miss my usual setup, you at least have something extravagant to look at behind myself. Huge news today. News that is expected news, but news that nevertheless is fantastic to be confirmed. I'm going to read out from Eddie Hearn's official and verified Twitter account. He says, "It's on. At Anthony Joshua will fight Joe Boxer Parker for the WBA, IBF, WBO and IBO world titles March 31st at the Principality Stadium. First time in history, two reigning heavyweight champs have fought in Great Britain. At Sky Sports Boxing, #Road to Undisputed." The word on the street is that Joseph Parker is either travelling to the UK currently, or maybe has even arrived in the UK. Maybe he was travelling yesterday. So you can probably expect a press conference Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that. This is going to be a huge fight, and by the time it comes round, every one of us is going to be buzzing for it. I'm absolutely sure. Right now, there's a few people out there who are saying they prefer Wilder, they prefer Tyson Fury to be facing Joshua. That may or may not be the case, but taking that to one side, just looking for it as it is, Parker versus Joshua is a great fight. Two undefeated fighters, two world champions, two guys who have shown a very high level of form at various times throughout their careers. And I think by the time this fight night comes, it's going to be considered a lot more competitive fight than it is right now, with the bookies having Joshua such a substantial favourite. I mean, don't get me wrong, I think Joshua does deserve to be a favourite, but the bookmakers have him an exceptionally wide favourite, which is something I'm sure we'll touch on in future videos. What a time for boxing this is. I was just looking at the schedule now. Feb 3rd, you've got a Coley versus Chamberlain. Feb 10th, you've got a Frank Warren card featuring Yard, Dubois, Zolani, Tete. Feb 16th, Joe Joyce. Feb 17th, Eubank and George Groves. Feb 24th, you've got Jurgen Bremer versus Callum Smith. Into March the 3rd, you've got Kell Brooks return. You've got Deontay Wilder versus Luis Ortiz. March 10th, you've got Quig Valdez. Even later into March, on March 24th, you've got Dillian Whyte versus Lucas Browne. And now March 31st, you've got Anthony Joshua versus Joseph Parker. Amir Khan and Carl Frampton in April. David Haye already confirmed in May. Yeah, this is a fantastic time for boxing. The sport is really buzzing, and the schedule lining up for 2018 means that this year could potentially be of the same vintage, or maybe even a higher vintage than the year we had in 2017, which was quite something. We've had a number of fights announced in the last week, and they've been a number of fights that have been fights we've anticipated being announced. So, Lucas Browne versus Dillian Whyte, Deontay Wilder versus Luis Ortiz. You know, these are fights that have all been announced. And whilst I've done short announcement videos for them, I've put a link in all of the description box to previous videos I've done, which have gone into far more levels of detail as to how I see the fights playing out. The purpose of this video is just to be a short video confirming the announcement that Joshua versus Joseph Parker has been formalised. So, yeah, that's what we're covering during this video. I am yet again going to include another link in the description box to this video, so please do check that out if you haven't already, with a far more extended, I think it was over 20 minutes long, far more extended preview and breakdown of the fight, the strengths and weaknesses of both guys, and my early thoughts with regard to how I see the fight playing out and for how I'm predicting it to go. If you're someone who can't get enough of Parker Joshua, please do check out that link in the description box below, and you can hear far more extended version. I better go. Mrs. Gossip will not be too pleased. I'm spending our non-boxing weekend together talking about Anthony Joshua, so I've got to keep this one brief. As always, please hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Please hit the thumbs up button. Please do check out the link in the description and leave your comments on this announcement in the description, in the section below. Who are you picking to win this fight? Are you excited? Do you see it as competitive? And what a time for boxing this is. As always, I'll sign out by saying many thanks for taking the time to tune into my stuff. Genuinely appreciate it. Thank you, guys.